You know, consider the children of Israel. They're delivered out of the bondage of Egypt. And many of those, the scripture gives testimony that many of those that God delivered out of Egypt didn't enter into the promised land because of unbelief. When the 12 spies were sent out into the land, only 2 came back with a good report, Joshua and Caleb. The rest of them came back with an evil report, saying, we're not able, we're like grasshoppers in their eyes. And no doubt in their eyes, we're grasshoppers to them. They didn't enter in because of unbelief. 40 years they spent in the desert until that generation had died. And then they came into the promised land. By faith. Because if you read the testimony, because afterward the people were going to go out against the enemy because God rebuked them because of their unbelief. And then they changed their mind. But Moses warned them. He said, look, don't go out because God is not with you. And they went out and many of them fell that day. You know, so as scripture says, today if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts as in the days of the provocation, talking about in the days that they provoked God in the wilderness, murmuring and complaining against God in their unbelief. You brought us out here to make us die of thirst. You made us come out here to starve us to death. Never putting their faith in God. You know, so, I mean, this just goes to what Paul wrote in Romans 14:23. Whatsoever is not of faith is sin. You know, Jesus was continually rebuking people for their unbelief when it came to their healing. I mean, it's the same way today with salvation. People don't have faith. They still think that they're sinners, claiming to be saved and still calling themselves sinners. I mean, but many have not heard the truth. They have not heard the gospel. They heard some Trinity, or they think they don't have to be water baptized.